coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, wanting just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having a good morning. I'm doing okay today. Let's see. Ooh, Heroes Chris was first this morning. Congratulations, Heroes. Tammy, good morning. Heroes, good morning. Nikki Bell, good morning. Nancy. Joan Walton, good morning. Paul Voss, good morning. All right. Got a lot of you guys here this morning. This is good. Starting off. Good morning, Sharon. Yeah, the Muppets. Everyone's got Muppets, and I'm loving it. I only changed my personal accounts. Oh, Big Dirt, first on X. There you go. Yeah, I only changed my accounts on X only because I've got the show branding, and yeah, I didn't want to. This show is not me. Even though I do the show, and but we've got TC who does it. But I'm the skipper. I know a lot of people call me Veteran Nation, but I'm really not the show. And if I get to the point where I have other veterans doing other Veteran Nation or Veteran Nation adjacent shows, I'm perfectly fine with that. But that's the only reason I didn't want to change the branding for for the show's accounts. But my personal one, yeah, so you'll see me on X or on Facebook. I'm sorry, Joan. Yeah, you did message me that this morning. I was on the phone with my mom and I lost track. Yes, some of our shirts do come in navy blue and dark blue. I can't remember which ones. I try to take as many color options for the t-shirts that I can. I just have to be cognizant whatever's on the shirt has to, like if I have a black thing on the shirt, and then you get a black shirt, you're not going to be able to read it. So I got to be cognizant of that. I thought we called it vagination. Well, vagination rocks. I gotta put these up on the thing for people to buy. I did get bags so I can sell them. Uh-oh. Oh God, here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Slug.
It's me, Mario. I'm at my hotel.
Tearing it up like a rock star.
Yeah, I know, right? I interviewed the director of the Spam Museum, and these are my notes. My very professional journalist notebook. One sec. The funnier bit is that I have a professional notebook, like a moleskin notebook, like a nice high quality notebook. But I'm like, children's notebook.
There's a comedian that I love. His name is George Gallo, and he does a lot of comedy stuff, but he does man on the street interviews. But for his microphone, he'll always grab a cake pop.
Oh God. I might as well show the microphone that I'm going to be using. So it's a spam can on a stick. And I'm going to
I
attach
love it.
my lav mic. So
See, you got the branding all set. There you go.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh
did
man.
uh, did Megan turn you into a Muppet yet?
No, but here's the thing. I don't do the AI generated stuff, so I don't doubt that she'll just do it. Be like, it is I, Zoomer.
Yeah, they turned me into a Muppet. It was funny.
What do you mean turned? You've always been one.
This is true, but I mean a real Muppet though. I,
Yeah, I could see it.
I'm considering doing a thing with sock puppets, a little bit with sock puppets.
Yeah, all of those sock puppets are going to be very crunchy, weirdly turned yellow.
Like they have this weird smell.
Yeah. Mm. Fuck! I forgot why I remote connected into my desktop back home. I was writing something, then I'm like, oh, I'll call into Mike's stream to cause some chaos. Then I'm like, fuck, now I forgot. Damn it. God damn it. Fuck.
It happens. I'm like that too. I get my squirrel moments.
Ah, man.
Uh,
Why? Why the hell are weebs so weird?
I will say a lot of you are missing out on, if you're not on X, you're missing out on a lot of fun. I tweeted this out yesterday,
Oh
and
boy, what racist rant did you go on today?
well, this was just here. Let me do that. This was just uh, if you wanted a summary of Megan Foxwriter and that umbrella for this week, just watch this video.
Get the camera out of my face.
Oh, you think it's too dirty? TV's too dirty? For the children? Those your thoughts
Yo,
and opinions? We're doing it for the children.
Yo, why you got the camera on me, sir?
Look, we're trying to learn about it for the kids.
What are you trying to learn?
Well, why are you following the camera around? That's what I don't understand.
But you got the camera in my face, man.
But you want to be on it, it seems like. I just want to get your opinion for the children.
Please, I'm begging you nicely. Take the camera out of my face.
Okay, but you're how you're following the
So that was just a funny video of
That is a good way to get punched in the face.
I think
Like,
you have to do that. Like, get a Muppet and
no, I would never, because I know what it feels like to be punched in the face.
well, so do
It's
I.
not fun.
I mean, I'll take the lumps.
You already took some. That's why there's a dent in your head.
I actually do have a scar. And I'm mad about this scar because one of my VA claims was about this scar. This scar came from when I was walking out of I was getting out of an AAV, and those have low doorways, hatchways, and I thought I had cleared it, but I still caught it with my head. And so now I've got a scar on my face, in my forehead, and yeah, they denied me, and that's supposed to be a no-brainer VA claim. Uh, any scars on your hands or face.
What the fuck? So you cannot have a VA claim if you have a scar on your hands or face.
No, it's supposed to be an easy claim, like 10%.
Okay.
Yeah, but they denied me and said it wasn't service connected. It literally came from me walking into an AAV, but they denied it.
They were like, what the fuck is this idiot doing walking into vehicles?
I mean, it does happen. It's even worse when you're on a ship because those hatchways are even like those are small, and you have to sometimes run through those.
I, sorry, I'm looking at like the dumbest shit ever, and I'm just shocked at how stupid some people are. This
Yeah,
guy, this guy that I covered, he admitted to statutory rape. And he's like, oh, it's not illegal to have sex with a 16-year-old when you're 19. I'm like, bro,
it depends on the state, for one.
well, Florida and California, age of consent is 18. And he also crossed state lines.
Okay, okay, yeah, because there
So
are
it's all federal law. So I ignore all like Romeo and Juliet or like lower consent laws, given the fact that he's playing with the 18 and up age of consent.
yeah. I never like. I always thought it was really scumbaggy when I was like in college and dudes had like girlfriends in high school who weren't like seniors, going for like freshmen in high school. I was like, that's really gross.
Bro, that is the perfect reason to get a shotgun with a scope and do slug rounds. You got to make sure you're on target. I have
See,
said this before. There was a guy at my community college. He was about 21, 22, hooking up with this 16-year-old.
yeah, that's
And this guy was afraid of me because he tried like coming up to me, trying to puff up his chest one day, and I'm like, dude, the only job you have is because your mom is like running a little shop. And the best part was he tried throwing a punch at me. I'm like, this is like being kicked by a dog. It's so soft. Now, if I punched him back, that would have been attempted murder because I knew he was basically statutorily raping a child. Ah, it's
your
crazy.
your guns are licensed as weapons.
It's me, just a little guy.
You're like weapon number one, weapon number two, aggravated assault.
Weapon number 3 is my fucking nipples. hear them as they shoot lasers.
I was expecting you to say your huge penis.
That's more of a healing item, sir. But
Oh,
yeah.
Epic Universe opened and they're showing the video and it's all adults running in.
Yeah, no shit.
No kids at all.
Because
Like
here's
here, I'll
the
put
thing.
this up.
Parents can't afford to bring their kids to Universal nowadays. Shit's expensive.
Yeah, look at that. All adults.
Oh God.
Uh,
What the fuck? Wait, Galaxy's Edge now has a new droid? It's a mouse droid. I
oh,
want it.
that's the Imperial, the black one that went around the Death Star.
Yeah, the little mouse droid.
Yeah. I would like to have something like that just because me and my son would have fun with it.
They sell it at Galaxy's Edge. You can
But
build it.
if I didn't have my son, I wouldn't be buying stuff like that.
Uh-huh, sure. Chat, don't believe the bald man. Him and his inflatable wife.
Don't 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 trash on Lacey. People
I
hate
gotta
Lacey.
trash. I gotta trash on Lacey. Lacey said that my dog was dumb. How dare that pasty white woman attack a man of color?
Hey, good morning, Harry. Good morning. I didn't say good morning to Minnesota Black Robe Regiment. Good morning, TC. He's like, yeah, you don't love me. Know what
Yeah,
he is?
Mike hates people lately. He's been gooning to random Latinas on Twitter.
TC roasting us.
Well, I blame Mike. Fucking Mike tags me in this shit, being like, Slug, help me. I'm like, she speaks English.
no. Help keep me away from her because the the big booty Latinas.
I could try, but then you'd tase me.
TC is
Being
going to
like,
roast us this morning. He's going to be like, I think I would rather watch my child drowning than watch this show.
you know what? I agree.
Uh, but that's the thing. We can laugh at ourselves.
Yeah. Though I gotta get back to writing the script for my spam trip because it evolved past like I'm going to the spam museum to like how Hormel basically holds an entire town together.
That works.
Yeah, it's interesting though.
I don't
But
know what this is. Swamp Fest in Florida. There's like trash floating in that thing. Wow, I love this is why I love X. There's always weird shit on X.
what the fuck is Swamp Fest?
I don't know, but you and I better go there next year.
I am not going. Florida Swamp Fest. Bro, pegging is the least gay thing a man can possibly do. Welcome to Florida, bitch. God. Yeah, it's Florida. I hate Florida. I hate Florida and I hate Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, I hate Cleveland, Ohio. I absolutely hate Cleveland. And I'm from Toledo, and that's a big reason why I hate Cleveland.
Dude, when I went to Cleveland, there was shit on the sidewalk. Human shit. Human shit on the fucking sidewalk.
And that was adding to the ambiance.
And the closest McDonald's from the city is about 2 miles away outside of the city.
Yep. TC he went to the Spam Museum and interviewed the the curator.
Yep.
That TC says that's 30 miles from him.
Well, man, I'm going to be spending all day interviewing people at around like 11 in the morning here because nothing opens up
When will Tom Cruise stop doing Mission Impossible movies? Will
when
he
he
be
finally dies.
70 years old? It's a Mission Impossible with a walker.
Yeah, he's what, 60 now? How old is this fucker? He is 62.
In 10 years, it'll be Mission Impossible 8. He'll be trying to break out of break out of the hospital, the ICU.
DC, I am here till tomorrow.
Slug went to the Spam Museum, not the Sperm Museum. I don't think there is a Sperm Museum, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is. There's some weird museums out there. There, there near me is the Beauty Bubble Museum. You know what
What
the
the
Beauty
fuck
Bubble
is
is?
that?
You know those hair dryers that they had back in the day, the clear ones that
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So there's one of those near me. And it's two gay men who run it, or at least did run it, and I always thought that was hilarious.
I could see Mike running like a gay bar, all while promoting like anti-gay political movements. And then when he gets exposed, it's like, it took you this long to know that I run a gay bar?
I You're reminding me. So my parents live on this lake, and every bar has like where you can drive up and tie off your boat, right?
TC, it's not the VA fucking Veteran Affairs. It's not the Navy. That's the Marines. They are the sperm.
Well, there was this on my parents' lake.
How else will fat women get laid?
They opened up this country bar, and everyone was talking about it. And I like commenting really unhinged comments because it pisses my mom off. She's like, "Those are my neighbors. Stop doing that." Well, everyone's talking about how excited they are about this country bar, and I'm like, finally, we get a gay bar on the lake. Congratulations. I'm happy that you guys did this. And so many people started responding. And I was like, my mom got mad. My brother was like, that was hilarious. I'm like, how funny would it be if that becomes the gay bar? If just gay dudes start going there because they saw my comment.
I must activate the gay.
Just turning it straight into a gay bar.
No, we're not homosexual, but we are willing to learn.
I did not know that the military had that button. I
Oh,
could see it though.
no, Kane, no. Go lay down. He's been all over me today.
But yeah, I've just been working on stuff.
Nice. Getting good content. I'm gonna be out of town this weekend.
Like I'm
I don't
just
know.
writing the script.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I gotta do my like intro, and then today I'm going to film all day in Austin, Minnesota, and just wing all of that.
TC wants to know what time are you leaving? Because he I think he wants to meet up and collab.
So tomorrow I plan to check out early and then hang out in the city for a bit because let me check. I don't think I have to be anywhere. Um, I don't have to be anywhere till like maybe 3 o'clock. And let me actually check because I want to make sure that the drive, because if it's a 3 hour drive to my next stop, I'm able to fuck around for a bit.
Mhm.
But if it's like a 6 hour drive, I won't be able to meet up with anyone. Expedia. Slug knows a lot about gay bars. Yes, I fuck very pretty trans women. If you don't like it, cry more.
You just reminded me of something I've got to send myself.
TC, I am in Austin, Minnesota right now. Okay, here. It is a 5 hour drive because I'd be heading all the way back to Bloomington, Illinois. So, if you head over to Austin, Minnesota, and hang out either sometime today or tomorrow, then we're able to hang out and chill. But yeah, tomorrow I'm either going to have to get, like, if I wanted to leave now, depart at, let's just say Sunday at, let's say if I were to leave at 12 o'clock. Yeah. Will you be delivering Lego to Megan Fox Mafia? I already gave Megan her Legos. It was the first stop on the trip. She brought me to fucking Friendship, New York. Fuck that place. It was a rundown little shanty town, I guess. It's perfect for Mike because all the women there are easy for him. They'd look at him and be like, oh, a decent income.
He's got a car and a house.
He's got a car, a house, and a semi-functioning penis? Let's go! Why do you look like Sid the Sloth from that angle? You were zoning out to the side, and I'm like, the dandelion. Mm. Your eyes, the camera fucked with the angle of everything, and it made your eyes look like they were further apart than they are.
The eyes. The eyes. What's
Yes!
the eyes?
So, yeah, no. Ah.
I, uh, I'm while you've been talking, I've been looking up. There's two new sounds I'm going to add to the soundboard. But I'm wondering if I should add the eyes from Rosemary's Baby.
TC, DM me on Twitter, or DM me on Twitter or on Facebook, and I'll tell you where, because I'd rather not have it be on video.
And then DM it to me so I can make prank phone calls to his room.
I would fucking destroy you. I'd call the VA being like, he's faking his disabilities.
Hello, Mr. Kevin. This is the front
Hello.
desk. Do you
I,
need towels?
yeah, you would need my fucking room number. I booked this under a fake name. Great museum in my town you'd love, and you can interview my daughter. You know, out of context, that sounds very suspicious. Are you going to sell me on the black market, TC? How much would I go? Alexa, how much would I cost on the black market? No, 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 no. Stop doing the calculations. So we ignore Alexa.
There's a great museum. Is it like a just a regular like art museum, or Joan would have taken you fishing?
Dad, more time and not 3 hours away. Dude, I love fishing, but I don't do fishing rod type fishing. I do spear fishing. I go unga bunga.
You should. Have you ever had frog?
Yeah, they taste like chicken.
Hmm. Uh, but that's how you get frog is by spear. My son is really into archery, and he wants to do the new. Everyone's doing archery fishing, where it's literally a bow. You shoot it, and it's got a reel on it.
E based.
Christy Gnome tweeted out, "Suck it." Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. Um, what's a good way? I've got these video clips. What's a good way to convert them to MP3?
Hmm.
I'm thinking, can I do that in VLC?
I live in Bernard Lakes area, excellent walleye in northern. Ooh. But I just like going spear fishing because I get to throw a spear. My daughter is the society director for the Laura Ingalls Wilder Museum. Huh.
Oh, that's cool. Little House on the Prairie, for those of you who don't know.
Huh. It's so
Uh,
little. It's a little thing.
and they weren't dwarves, which is the most amazing thing about it, which is being rebooted by Netflix, and everyone was making fun of, okay, what are they going to do to make it woke?
I got into an argument with a friend of mine because he could never because God, he would always complain about woke in like the weirdest ways. It's like, oh, there's a black person, it's woke. I'm like, what do you mean? Then he's like, oh, there's a woman, it's woke. And he would never give like a real criticism. He'd be like with the video game Elder Scrolls Oblivion, best selling game right now. One of the best selling games. He's like, it's woke, it's gonna fail. I'm like, how is it woke? It's just a remake. They removed male and female from the character builder. Okay, how does that affect the gameplay? Like,
There are some things where people are like, "Oh, that's woke," and I'm like, not really. Um, like, I'll give you an example with the new Fantastic Four. The Silver Surfer is a woman, and all these people are saying it's woke, and I'm like, well, not exactly, because it looks like they're going to take the Fantastic Four out of that universe and then bring them over into the MCU universe, where then we'll get Norrin Rad, the traditional Silver Surfer. So I'm like, okay, if that's just a temporary character, I'm fine with it.
on top of that, like in the comics, there was a female Silver Surfer.
There
Like,
was.
there's precedent for it too. So it's not like, oh, it's woke, oh, it's this. It's like comic books, and I know a lot of people may not like this. Comic books have always been quote unquote woke
Mhm.
because back in wartime, there were American groups, actually before America joined World War II, there were American groups that supported the Nazis, and they were saying the same critiques of wokeism now for a comic book depicting Captain fucking America beating the shit out of Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
So and hell, the mutants, the X-Men are a direct fucking kind of stand-in for minority groups. Like every minority group, racism, homophobia, bigotry, whatever. The mutants are used as a way to explore those themes of discrimination. So
Yeah.
everyone being like, comics are woke now. No, comics have always been woke. It's just you don't like the messages they're sending now.
And the only problem I have is when, like when it's being forced. Like it's one thing if you try something out and people don't like it, okay, you move on. But like, uh, for instance, I'll give you an example. Kamala Khan is Miss Marvel. People just don't like her. They've had to reboot that comic like 6 times, and it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
people just don't like this character. Just accept it. Stop trying to reboot it, and thinking that they'll eventually like it. They won't. Um, for me, she's a good like sidekick character, but just not one that should have her own book.
I think here's the thing. I would love her to get her own book if it's something interesting.
Yeah.
Like like either she's like a half mutant, half inhuman. Like if that's explored in a way that's like extremely interesting, because like you know what I mean?
Hmm.
That would be cool. Or it's like her powers are very interesting. I think it's like manipulation of her body to enlarge, grow, whatever.
See, that's what I don't like about her character. She has essentially the same powers as Mr. Fantastic, and
Well, the Hulk has the same powers as the Thing.
well, no, actually, the Hulk.
Bare
Uh,
bones,
the
though.
angrier the Hulk gets, the more powerful he becomes.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. What
it's a
I'm
little
saying
bit
is
different.
the bare bones comparison.
Yeah, like, but yeah, really, I think they should just like with a character like her, just put her in and make her like the buddy of someone like Squirrel Girl that everyone loves.
Dude, Squirrel Girl can take on Doom and win. Like comics should just be fun. Or at least if they're exploring deep political issues or controversial issues, they need to have it written well
Mhm.
because appealing to the academic crowd or the crowd that's like hyper invested into it, that's fine to an extent, but you have to understand that your readers are not hyper intellectual people. These are people that work like 9 to 5 jobs
Mhm.
or are blue collar workers. And I'm not saying they're dumb in any way. What I'm saying is like the concepts, the allegories, the comparisons that are made in comics go over their heads. So you got
Mhm.
to write it in a way that they would understand and not in a patronizing way either. Because, like, Star Wars is literally a woke franchise because it's this diverse group of rebels fighting against a mono species empire bent on destroying anything that is not them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that message is pretty easy to understand, but it's also like, oh wow, no. A lot of people don't get that because they over intellectualize it. And sometimes you do gotta dumb it down so that everyone can understand. But that's just my takeaway. I'm going to keep writing this script because I want to try and get it done before I start filming out here in Spam Town.
Don't blame me.
Oh, there are no chicks with dicks, Johnny.
There we go.
But yeah, chat, remember spam soup, or you will be destroyed.
Where is it? Sorry, I'm trying to convert this thing. Okay. I'll send a DM to both of you. I thought he left completely. I thought he was going in the background. There we go. Um I'm moving stuff around here on my computer. And I think I've got to do it this way. Frustrating. He's frustrating. He's frustrating. Remember when the army tried to go woke? Well, the army, yeah, they've tried to do a lot of stuff. And it never. There we go. Okay, so like that. It's not offering it to me. Huh. Maybe, no. Hmm. Yeah, this little thing that's telling me to do things, it's not doing it the way that I want. Hmm. Maybe if I do it this way. No, I don't want it to cast. It is not doing what I want. So I'm gonna have to play around with this. This sucks. But at least it's here on my computer. Um, yeah, U.S. military has historically been a social proving ground since Lincoln. That is true. Because the and this people were arguing with me about this. It's because the like in terms of authority, when it comes to the military, the uh what's it the president has complete autonomy. Almost like when it comes to the military, the president can do so much, and the Supreme Court's like, no, the military is different because when you're fighting a war, you don't have to like if you're worried about all the different laws that the U.S. has, it could hinder you being successful. So the Supreme Court recognized that and recognizes that the military is exempt from many things. For instance, the Constitution. In the military, you don't necessarily have a First Amendment right. If you say something bad about your chain of command, you will be punished. And I've had people argue with me and be like, no, that's not true. And it's like, no, it's 100% true. 100% true. Uh, okay, yeah, I'm closing that up. They're talking in DM and I don't want it going off. So, I find this so funny. Christy Nome there was a thing they got dismissed, and she said, "Suck it." I'm sorry. That's funny. We have people in our government being like, "Yeah, suck it." But hey, some of these some of these some of these lawsuits are absolutely frivolous, but you get activist judges that entertain them. And just because the judge is like, "Oh, I'm going to go against the administration," does not make it not a frivolous thing. Like, that's the whole point of activist judges. They're there to make frivolous stuff. Some of these people on X, it's funny. If you're not on X, I've been having so much fun. Like, people are like, Elon killed X. No, no. X back in like 2010, 2011, when I first got on, was so much fun. And that's when celebrities were on X. Now there's a few celebrities, but not like it was. And oh my God, this is so retarded. It's so retarded. I have to show it. But now X is getting fun again. So, breaking exclusive, the Facebook account Trump shared with South African president as proof genocide against white South Africans belonged to a fringe account that frequently posts racist imagery and pushes flat Earth conspiracies. Who cares? Who the hell cares? If 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 they had if they had like video proof of genocide, I don't care what else they tweet. Like, I don't care at all. But yeah, people, like, you're attacking the source, and uh, are the, is this like, someone can be a left or right wing source, but are they giving factual information? It should be the question. Come join me on X, guys. It's funny. Me and Big Dirt, we do have some interaction on. We gotta interact more on X. I should turn on notifications for when you tweet. Um, Only thing is, I need more notifications. Like, I need a hole in my head. That's the problem. We got Coop on X. We got to get Coop more involved on X. I do want to, yeah, Slug. I do want to repost his thing there. If anyone's on X and you want me to repost your stuff, just send it to me. My DMs are open. All you gotta do is be like, "Hey, would you repost this?" The video he showed was not even there. Are you talking about South Africa? Because I do know, like, I've seen a lot of those videos of the farmers being attacked. Like, to deny that it's happening, like, you can say it's not as big of a problem, and and it's not happening widespread. That's debatable, and we can have that debate. But there are people who are like, it's not happening, and it's like, no, we've got evidence that it's happening. There are farmers who've had to, they've had their stuff burned down. They've had to defend themselves. Noam ended up proving to be an idiot. Yes, habeas corpus is the power of the president to deport who he wants. Well, the president, they can make a habeas corpus claim, and they'll get a hearing. But yeah, like, the the president has pretty wide deportation powers, especially when it comes to enemies of the U.S. I'm sorry, Georgie. Good morning. I didn't see your comment. I got a thing yesterday from Ed. He seemed to think that he was his comments weren't showing, and that he was uh, like blocked or something. I did not block him. I went and I looked. It does not show him being blocked. Ed Snarky is or Sharky is who it comes up as. Um, yeah, he is not blocked. The only thing I can think of is there are some banned words that, trolls tend to use. So if he was using those, yeah, the comment won't show up. Democrat nonprofit Act Blue officials declined to testify before Congress amid allegations of fraudulent donations per House Oversight Committee. So subpoena them. There you go. And when they deny a subpoena, okay, now you get to go to jail. She was asked what habeas corpus was, and that was a moronic answer. See, not everybody knows the law. They're not nerds like you and me. You would think that an elected official would know that, but I mean, I also, in a leadership role, sometimes you get bombarded with information that you don't know. Like, there are legal concepts I will 100% say I don't know shit about that. I do know some because I've covered cases and I've sat in courtrooms, but I'm not an expert. You two will hold comments for certain words. Yeah, but I have banned words. There are words that trolls use that if you use those, your comment's not showing up. There is one thing that's been happening, and as I say this, I don't want people to think it's just them. This is, in fact, it happened again today. There are people who will ask me to pass something along to Georgie or Coop or to Jeremy or to Megan and Tug. I'm not going to do that. You go to their platforms. They have ways for you to reach out to them. I am not someone's messenger. And I don't have the time in my day. Like, you want TC to have something, go on to TC's thing, find out his contact information, and send it to him. Because some of these people, and if you say, well, they don't have contact information posted, then they probably don't want to be contacted. So I'm not going to contact them. And it's been happening a lot here recently. I have said this before, but people might have missed it. So I'm just going to don't ask me to contact or to pass something along to somebody. I'm not going to do it. It's just, it's just nothing I'm going to do. Go to them. Go straight to them. They even asked him to recite the Constitution. He couldn't, looking right at it. I mean, it was a freaking congressional hearing, and she's the head of the DHS. She's a moron. I mean, I just, that's not a big thing to me. I'll be forgiving about that. Because if you ask me, like, habeas corpus, if you ask me what it translates to, I know it's like to hold without body or something like that. I can't tell you exactly what it is. It pretty much, you cannot hold me, you cannot arrest me or detain me without charges or without a reasonable expectation that charges would come. That's what it means. But that's a very layman's answer. But I also know, like, if you ask members of my family that, they would not know that. So I'm a little bit forgiving. Coop and I both have emails for chat to connect with. Yeah, not everybody does, though. Not everybody does, and not everybody makes that widely known. But I'm not gonna pass stuff on. Here we go. Supreme Court grants Trump's request to let him fire independent federal officers without cause while their cases are pending. Overriding 90 years of precedent. That's not true. It's overriding 90 years of precedent. No, that's not true. The president can always fire officers of the United States. Always. They serve at the pleasure of the president. Yeah. So yeah, overriding. No, he can do that, and that's why the Supreme Court said he can do that. This is not that controversial. Uh, yeah, this is the NLRB and the MSPB. So these two these two boards are very like young. They were created in wake. They were created by Dodd-Frank in the wake of. Well, I don't know about the MSPB, but definitely the NLRB. And yeah, Trump can dismiss officers. Like if you're a political appointee, when the politics changes, you can be dismissed and replaced. Even though they say, oh, the NLRB has a 6-year thing. And Congress wrote language in. Yeah, Congress wrote language in that says you can't fire them, and the Supreme Court has already said, yeah, that language it's unconstitutional. If they're an officer of an executive branch agency, the president can fire them and can do so without cause. Now, that language remains in there because case law has said that's not constitutional. So people who will quote that, it's like, yeah, you can quote it. It's still part of the Code of Federal Regulations, but it's unenforceable. That's what the Supreme Court has said. And yeah, the Supreme Court having to re-say it. It's not overriding precedents. Like, that's Midas touch being pedantic. Like, I could have looked at that one beforehand and said, "Oh, absolutely, Trump can fire these people. Absolutely." They just put another freeze. Oh, there's Megan. Welcome. Sorry for leading Slug to friendship. It was terrible. You got to Muppetize Slug. We have to Muppetize Slug. But yeah, there's the Department of Education. There was just a judge, I believe in Oregon, who said, no, you can't get rid of the Department of Education. This is Congress has to do that because Linda McMahon is firing people within. And this judge ordered her to hire them back. That's going to be overturned on appeal. It is going to be overturned. It is 100% up to the president. Like Congress does budgets. They do budgets. And Linda McMahon, she was in front of Congress the other day. She put a freeze on all the stuff, and they were like, "Are you going to follow the law?" She has until September 30th to either spend that money or obligate it for spending. And once she does, she's in full compliance with the law. And here's the thing, she can fire all those people and say, "Well, I'm going to take all this money and I'm going to give it to a contractor to do all those things." Perfectly legal. Perfectly legal. Do I think Congress will get rid of the Department of Education? Yes, I do. With this Republican Congress, yes. I think they will get rid of it. But there's money budgeted. But she can fire everybody. She could be the only one. I think she is actually, maybe there's like 5 positions in the Department of Education that are codified into law. She can fire everyone else. And honestly, that might be a better way for government accountability is to get rid of these government workers and do everything in contract. It's what the federal government has been doing. It's the reason I have a side business that's a federal contracting business. Because there's the government, there's a lot of money in it. And like upfront, when the government pays for the contract, it's more expensive than hiring a government worker. Here's why it's cheaper in the long run, because you don't have to pay the legacy costs of a government worker. When you work for, I believe it's 4 years, you become vested. So they have to pay your pension for the rest of your life. You have to, you're going to get government benefits, federal programs and stuff of healthcare and stuff like that, that the government does have to provide and pay for you the rest of your life. Even if you don't necessarily retire, you still get those benefits. And those are legacy costs and they add up over time. So that's why the federal government is shifting and saying, instead of hiring government workers, let's hire a contractor, get the work done. If the contractor sucks, we fire him, we bring in a new contractor. And that's why that's happening. The pendulum is swinging back. And yeah, so to say, oh, you can't fire these government workers, they can. They can. I did see that Megan. Megan was doxxed, yeah, by Paint Chips. Obviously, that guy is a complete and total piece of shit. Clearly a piece of shit. He is going to end up in jail again. The weirdos are threatening me, my kids, my husband, lying like crazy. If there's anything we can do to help you, Megan, feel free to reach out. I personally don't have. Well, actually, you know what, Megan? I'm gonna send you a DM. I think I might know someone to help you. I'm gonna send it on Twitter. I hope it goes through because Twitter DMs have been having problems. So there we go. Megan sent you that on X. But I might have someone who can help you. It's against YouTube. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Is it here? Let's see if it's against New York rules. I'm gonna take a look through Chat GPT. Because okay, according to ChatGPT, there's New York State Senate Bill S7646 was introduced to specifically criminalize doxing. This bill proposed to make it a Class A misdemeanor to knowingly make restricted personal information about an individual publicly available to incite, intimidate, or threaten. It has not been enacted into law. While there isn't a dedicated anti-doxing law in New York, individuals who engage in doxing can still face legal consequences under applicable statutes, especially if there are actions that lead to harm or violate other laws. They would be existing laws related to harassment, stalking, or other offenses. You may want to, because remember, I believe Jeremy said that the FBI was getting involved because he is still a felon. And he may still be under some type of federal probation. I don't know. But he also could be limited in like things that he can do. So you may want to reach out to the FBI. I'm going to reach out to my contact and see if that individual still works where they did. There's also a guy, what is his name? He's on Twitter. He's a former FBI agent. And I follow him, Vinny. He famously worked on the case of the guy from the Silk Road. And that's where he's given interviews and stuff. I'll reach out to him as well. But this could be he could have broken federal laws. Primarily because he's in Florida and you're up there. But yeah, this guy he's going to end up in jail. He is 100% going to end up in jail. I am looking at the time. I do have to go, sadly. But I do want everybody to go and watch Georgie and Coop in about 45 minutes. I will be in there probably very quickly. It's a 96 for the Marines this weekend, so they're already off. So it's just going to be civilians on the base today for the most part, and it's going to be a quiet day for me. So I'll probably be able to watch Georgie and Coop right from the get-go, and I enjoy when I can. I was able to listen yesterday. I had court yesterday. Court went very well for me yesterday. We had a custody hearing, and yeah. My time that was reduced because of the fraudulent restraining order put against me because people attacked me and then told the authorities I attacked them. Everyone get yourself a dash cam, by the way. It kept me out of jail. It's not getting fully reinstated, but it's getting reinstated. And the greatest thing was finally, family court is such a mess, but finally my son was able to, he's old enough now to where he can give his opinions and talk to officers of the court. And when I got the report back, like, the section about me and him's relationship was just huge, and about the things we do and how positive it is. And I was very happy about that. But the section on his mom was really small. Like, he's got a good relationship with his mom. He rates both of our relationships great, but when you hear your child sing, their praises about the bond that you have, it always feels good. It always feels good. So, I was smiling all day yesterday. I'll just say that. But court went very well. So yeah, I'm very happy with the way I reacted to things. I think with everything, me saying, you know what, I have to be a good example because I'm raising a young man, and I have to be a good example for him so that when he becomes a dad, he knows how to react. And thinking about it in those terms, absolutely. And I credit my PTSD. If I wasn't working on my PTSD, I would not be in that position. I would be emotional and reactive. I'm not emotional and reactive. And, I credit all the years of work I did on my PTSD for that. And like I said, it's made me a better person. I think I was always a good father. I think I'm definitely a great father. And I just got proof of that yesterday. So, well, I'm going to get going. I hope you all have a great day. Megan, let's get together offline. I'll try to get some answers. And yeah, that's all I have. And to all of you out there, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakening at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, on just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awaking with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awaking at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore, morning in America, wanting just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awaking with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awaking with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awaking to lighten her load. America's awaking to lighten her load.